Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to create or update SendGrid contact on Contact Form 7 submission. So I am an owner of a skincare brand and using Contact Form 7 I have created a form with the help of which I collect my leads data. Here what I want is that as soon as one of the potential customers or clients, a new form submission is going to be done using Contact Form 7, I want to create that lead as a contact in my SendGrid account. And doing this manually is very time consuming and prone to errors. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build the connection between Contact Form 7 and SendGrid with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create or update SendGrid contact on Contact Form 7 submission. So as an owner of a skincare brand, I use Contact Form 7 to collect my leads details directly from my website. At the same time, I use SendGrid to send personalized email campaigns including product updates, exclusive offers, and skincare tips, ensuring my customers stay engaged and informed. By automating this entire process, I ensure that every form submission on my website automatically creates or updates a contact in my SendGrid account. This keeps my email marketing list accurate and allows me to connect with my audience more effectively. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between Contact Form 7 and SendGrid with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps shown in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Create or Update SendGrid Contact on Contact Form 7 Submission. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select SendGrid Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create or Update SendGrid Contact on Contact Form 7 Submission, and you can see there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means what is Action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Contact Form 7. As with the help of Contact Form 7, I have created a form with the help of which I am collecting my leads data. And this form is embedded on my website. I want that as soon as whenever the lead, the form submission is going to be done using Contact Form 7, over here the trigger should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger application, I have selected it as Contact Form 7. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as New Form Submission. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Using this webhook URL, we're going to build the connection between Contact Form 7 and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help test. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to first copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to log into my Contact Form 7 account. So this is my Contact Form 7 page you can see right over here. And this is the form that I've created in the name of lead form. And I want to connect this form to Pabbly Connect. In order to do that, what we have to do is from the left side of the panel, if I'm going to scroll down, you can see an option plugins. Okay. As we're going to click on plugins, these options are going to be given from which I'm going to select installed plugins right here. As I'm going to land on install plugins page over here, from the installed plugins, I'm going to search for a plugin in the name of Contact Form 7. As I'm going to search for the plugin, you can see over here a plugin has been installed in the name of Contact Form 7. You can see right over here, okay? So you have to install this plugin before connecting a Contact Form 7 to Pabbly Connect. So remember to download this plugin, and how you can do that. Under plugins, you can click on this add new plugin. You can install and activate this plugin from here, okay? As now you have installed the plugin and activated it, go back to the form that you have created using Contact Form 7. So these are all the forms that I've created using Contact Form 7, and from which this is the form that is in the name of lead form. I'm going to open this form from here. As I'm going to open the form, you can see over here, this is the form in the name of lead form, and I want to connect this form to Pabbly Connect. For connecting, from this panel, go to this webhook section right here. As you're going to land towards this section, it says integrate, click on the send to webhook, and for the URL, paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us, okay? After entering the URL and clicking on send to webhook, click on the save button over here, okay? As we're going to do that, it says contact form saved and the webhook URL is now been successfully added to this form. As now the webhook URL is added to this form, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. It is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether contact form 7 is connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the test submission of this form that I've created using contact form 7. And as I'm going to do the test submission, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test submission being done or not. For doing the test submission, I'm going to open the form that I've created. So this is the form that I've created in the name of lead form. And now I'm going to do the test submission of this form right here. Okay, it is asking for the first name, last name, phone number, and the email. We are going to fill in the required details. Firstly, for the first name over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it as Smart. For the last name over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it as Lead33. Next, it is asking for the phone number. So for the phone number over here, I'm going to write it as, so this is the phone number. And for the email over here, I'm going to write it as smart33@pabblytudes.com. Okay. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the submit button right here. As I've done that, it says thank you for your message. It has been sent. As now the test lead is generated using Contact Form 7, I'm going to open my workflow and scroll down. And yes, you can see over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the form submission. First name is Smart, last name is Lead33. For the phone number, this is the phone number. And for the email that is smart33@pabblytudes.com. Okay. As now the response of the form submission has been captured, this means that Contact Form 7 has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. My objective is that as soon as by the lead, a new form submission is going to be done using Contact Form 7, I want to create that lead as a contact in my SendGrid account, okay? I want to create that lead as a contact in my SendGrid account. And for that, we're going to set up our action step. In which from action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as SendGrid. And for the action event, I'm going to select as add or update a contact. And I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, over here it is asking for the token. With the help of this token, we are going to build the connection between SendGrid and Pabbly Connect. For having the token, follow the steps given here below in the help desk. We have to enter the API key you can see right here. For having the API key, log into your SendGrid account. So this is my SendGrid account you can see right over here. And from the left side of the panel, if I'm going to scroll down, it says settings. I'm going to click on the settings button. From the drop down, I'm going to go to this API keys section right here. As I'm going to come to the API keys section, we're going to create a new key. Click on this add key button right here. You can see create API key page is going to appear. And for the name of the key over here, I'm going to write it as contact created. Okay, this is the name of the key that I want. I'm going to give the full access. Then I'm going to click on this create and view button right here. As I've done that, this is the key. I'm going to copy this key from here and paste it right over here in the workflow and click on this save button. As I've done that, you can see SendGrid has now been connected to Pabbly Connect. After connecting over here, it is asking for us to select a list. So these are all the lists that I've created in my SendGrid account. You can see right over here. And in which list do I want to create a contact in? I want to create a contact in the list in the name of new leads. So from the drop down over here, I'm going to select the list over here as new leads, as I want to create a contact in this list right here. Okay. After that, over here, it is asking for the email address of the contact that we are going to create in our SendGrid account. So for the data of this field, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step, that was contact form 7. As I'm going to click on it, this is the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the email address of the contact that we want to create. In the response, in our previous response, we have received the data of the lead who have done the form submission. And I want to create the same lead as a contact in my SendGrid account. So for the data of this field of email, I'm going to select the data of the email from my previous response. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, for the first name, I'm going to map the data of the first name. For the last name, I'm going to map the data of the last name right here. It is asking for all these details which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. For the phone number, I'm going to map the data of the phone number. Similarly, for the WhatsApp, I'm going to map the data of the WhatsApp, okay? After filling in all the required details, I'm going to simply click on this Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, we received a job ID, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to my SendGrid account. This is my SendGrid account, and this is a list in the name of new leads. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I refresh the page, you can see right over here, new contact has been created in my SendGrid account. Let us tally the response of this contact. The name comes as smartlead33. Okay, this is the name. Email comes as smartlead33@pabblytools.com. And over here for the phone number, this is the mobile number and the WhatsApp number. As now the contact has been successfully created in my SendGrid account, this means that we have successfully created an automation between contact form 7 and SendGrid with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a skincare brand, and using contact form 7, I have created a form with the help of which I collect my leads data. Over here in the trigger, I've selected a trigger application as contact form 7 new form submission, as whenever by the lead a new form submission is going to be done using contact form 7, over here the trigger is going to capture the response. And for the action, I've selected as SendGrid add or update a contact, as now this lead who have done the form submission using contact form 7 using this action event, a contact of that lead is going to be created in my SendGrid account. And by using Pabbly Connect, I have built the connection between these two applications. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.